Tonight on DFY Magic Themes, we're going to talk about the top 10 things to create a $10,000 a month agency. Well, a very good evening to you, and the first three people in the room was Laurie, followed by Barry, followed by Mark. We'll get going in a moment with the top 10 things to create a $10,000 a month web agency. Hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a wonderful week, and we'll get going in about 30 seconds time. Hello, good evening, and welcome. How you doing, Robert?
Happy Friday, everybody.
I guess I didn't spotlight us tonight. Here we go. We'll do that.
There we go.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. A good evening to Barry, Mark, and Laurie. And others will come into the room as we get going. So it's a fun week as always, isn't it?
It absolutely is. It always is. It goes by so fast. There's so much stuff going on. I'm going to throw this out. This is just an ad lib type of thing, Steve. Let me ask you a question. Like cleaning a garage or cleaning a room or cleaning an office. When you go into a really messy room, right? How do you focus to say I'm going to get this done? You know, you just have stuff everywhere, and you're like, I want it organized, I want it clean, but I don't necessarily want to get rid of everything. But how do you start? Well, how do you know?
The way I start is, first of all, because for those who don't know me, I'm being tested for ADHD at the moment, right? And one of the things as people with ADHD do is they hate messiness, right? They absolutely hate messiness. Yeah, they're the most messiest people in the world. And if you'd seen my office about a week ago, it was a right mess. You know, stuff everywhere on the floor. So in my mind, the way I do it is I go, okay, I'm going to set this whole day aside. I'm not going to do any normal work. I'm setting it to one side to tidy my office. Right. And then what I do then, because it's an office at the end of the garden, I will empty out pretty much everything I've got in here apart from my computer. So right down my garden path, I've got stuff everywhere on a nice sunny day. And then I get nice plastic crates and I sort things into boxes and plastic crates. And then I bring the crates back in, and then it sits there for another year not doing anything.
my wife, right, when she cleans a room, she does what I think it's called the Martha Stewart method.
Right.
and you start in one corner and you work one corner and you go all the way around the room until you reach back to the same corner,
Yeah.
right? And it's an organizational method of trying to stay focused. There's a point to all this, but trying to stay focused of doing one thing to the next thing to the next thing to the next thing. When we're not focused and we're disorganized and we're throwing stuff here, we're throwing stuff there, and we don't know why we have that over there, and you tend to move the stuff back into your way again because you didn't deal with it the first time,
Yeah.
right? And it just creates this ingoing endless amount of cleaning and trying to get organized in what you're doing. And all of us do this in one form or another.
Mm.
All whether it's a junk drawer, whether it's a desk, whether it's an office, a garage, a yard, whatever, right? And what I'm coming back around to in saying this is we have to have methods. We have to have systems in place that we can follow and that we can organize ourselves in how we're going to run our business.
Yeah.
Because that's where we're all trying to get to, right? It's I guess for some people that are brand new and they just want to start getting into how do I build a website and how do I do quickly and that's great and you're in the right place. But those that know how to build the websites, but they're trying to run a business, they're trying to make money. They want to make money. That's the point of this is have income. Take care of customers, but have income. And that's why we said today we're going to talk about how you get to a $10,000 a month web agency. Everybody wants to be at the finish line, but not everybody wants to run the race.
Yeah.
They want to just jump right in and have the 10,000, but they don't want to put the effort into getting ready for the race.
Mm.
And anybody that's on the call, chime in. Is that where you're at? I mean, are we all understanding we have to be trained as athletes to be able to run a marathon? We can't just get out there and run a marathon. We can think that we can do that in our minds, but if your body's not ready, you're not going to do it, right? Didn't
Yeah.
one of your relatives or
My daughter
your daughter, yeah.
ran the London Marathon, which is a really proud thing. I wanted to get up to London to be at the start, and then get the tube to like the middle, and then get the tube to the end. But my health, I've been unwell this week, so I wasn't, not in a bad way, but I just didn't feel right, and so I chose not to go up in the end to see her do it. But it's really she did amazingly well on a marathon. She's raising money, and I can't remember off the top of my head what it's for, but one of the main charities.
I mean, congratulations to her. But see, the point of this, and even mentioning her, is she had to get ready for that. She wasn't. She didn't decide. I'm just going to run the marathon.
No, she spent
right?
months and months.
She spent months preparing
yeah.
to get it ready to get to that point to run that race.
And no matter what you do, and dad would then have to drive a half an hour back.
Well, whatever it takes, right? We always support our kids.
Yeah.
But the point of what I'm trying to get to here is we all want the income. We want the web agency success, but we have to set ourselves up for that success, right? We have to get the training underway. And what does that look like to get a $10,000 a month web agency working?
Yeah.
And when we get to the inner circle, we're going to show you how really easy it is when you start looking at different parts that you can offer in your agencies to not to have 100 different clients. It could take very few clients, right? And be able to sell them the services they need that will supplement your income to be that $10,000 a month agency. All right, we're going to talk about that in the inner circle. But for now, what we're going to do, I'm going to share my screen if you don't mind, Steve.
You carry on.
We're going to talk about the 10 things that every web agency really has to think about in getting ready for the race, right? And it's from these are not things we've never talked about, but we've always talked about different things at different times. But identifying, first of all, your niche, the identity of a specific target market or niche where you can excel and stand out from competitors. For us, we like the local service-based niches with high lead values because we can go help the people that want leads in areas, in locations like, painters, plumbers, electricians, so on and so forth. They're service-based industries. They don't want to spend time building websites. They don't want to spend time doing all the things it takes to get their phone to ring. Those are the industries that we focus in Done For You Magic Themes. Now, but any web agency can focus on specific niches to get the same result, right? But they have to be of value, right? I say blue widgets and red widgets. If you're not selling the right widgets at the right price, it's harder to make that money per month.
Yeah.
If it's pennies versus dollars versus hundreds of dollars. So first of all, identifying your niche that's going to be in your web agency, right? What is the service that you're going to provide that niche? What is that niche that you're going after? And for some people, it's completely different. It's not what we do in Done For You Magic Themes. It can be, dentists, doctors, attorneys, whatever, But this is where you've got to start. You have to identify your business or your agency, what it's going to do and what it's going to be known for. Which brings up the segue right into the next point of building a strong brand, right? Because your agency is going to become a brand. They're looking for you because you do certain things. They're looking for us because we do location-based websites for service-based industries. And why do we do that? Because we know that the tracking devices as our phones of the people that are looking for services, they're going to be offered location page, that are based in certain areas. And that's why we want to specialize in those areas. And that's what we teach in our side of Done For You Magic Themes. So building your strong brand, right? Invest in creating a professional brand identity that reflects your agency's values, expertise, and unique selling points. A strong brand presence helps attract clients, build trust in your services. The know, like, and trust is always going to be in everything that has anything to do with sales at all. But when we're building a brand online, we want people to understand they're reaching out for the same people time in, time again, right? For the same kind of stuff. And we're building our brand through social media, through all the things that we're putting out there so that we're recognized in what we do. Don't be a secret agent that they can't find you. They don't know what you do and they don't know who you are. Because we got to be known for what we do. And that we're the top. We're the best of what we do. And that's what building our brand is about. Offer high quality services. Ensure that your website design and development services are top-notch quality, provide comprehensive solutions, and address the client's needs from initial consultation to ongoing support. We've said it 1,000 times, guys. They don't want to do this. They don't want to know how to build web. They don't care. They want the phone to ring. They want people to come to their shop. They want people to reach out to them. But they don't want to do this. They just want the result, right? They want the $10,000 a month web agency, but they don't want to do the work. Right? That's what they want us for. And we totally can do this for them because that's what we do. When we get into the inner circle, we're going to talk about more of the services. Develop a stellar portfolio. We've said it. Why do you build a web agency first? Because they're looking for someone that has a good, professional looking website. If you're a web developer and you don't have a website, you're not in the game, guys. It's that simple. They want to see that you can do it first. And that's why we always start with the agency. You want to say anything about that, Stephen?
Well, the thing with this is, I would say the main thing I was going to pick up on is yes, we always start with the web agency, and the idea behind it is it has to be a shop window to the world. The reason people fail in a lot of this is they don't take action. We know of people who have been in other programs, come to us and gone, it hasn't worked out for me, and that's it. I'm done, right? And when you dig down with one or two of them, they end up turning around and saying, "Well, the training was confusing, so I gave up." Did you reach out to the vendor? No, because when I did in the past, they don't respond. I mean, one thing we talk about is our support, and even if we get a bit behind on tickets at times, which happens, we do get back to people. Not at the very longest a week, but normally it's fairly quickly normally by the next day on average. So it's important that you set this up in the right way. And with our web agency, we have all the sites on there, the demo sites on there, so you don't have to set the portfolio up. At the very most, you have to start going into it and adding more as you go along when we add them to the members area.
But we designed the DFI Magic Themes agency site with the ease of use in mind for people coming in that don't have time to build a bunch of sites, right? So you build the agency and it already has the demo sites attached to it. That's like your portfolio that you haven't even built yet. But you will get there and you'll start building your own digital assets in our program where you will be able to rent those out. But the demo sites are there for them to go and see what they look like to get you started, to make it easy for you, right? So having that, if you're not in our program, you need to have portfolio. You need to have websites that they can see of what you can offer these people, right? Especially in the niche that you're going to be trying to be the top or the best of your industry.
Yeah.
That's what you have to use in your portfolio.
Laurie says if you're not step 4 spot on, by the way.
And it is. This all makes sense. This is the same thing as the marathon. It's the same thing as cleaning a room. If you can't take the steps to get your start, you start building your foundation, to start cleaning the room, to start getting your body ready to run this marathon. It's all the same stuff. You got to get your ducks in a row. Otherwise, you're wasting your time even getting going. You're working off of confusion rather than a plan.
Just out of interest, guys, put one in the Zoom chat if you've been following the accountability program. It'd be nice to know who's been doing it. So we got Laurie who's done it, and I'm sure Barry has as well. Yeah, excellent. So I'm gonna bring Rob. I'm just gonna quick and Mark. Oh, excellent, Mark, brilliant, and Stefan, awesome. So I'm just gonna bring up Laurie for a moment because I want to add a spotlight. I just want to ask you a very quick question. I'm just going to change my view on my machine.
You want me to stop share for a minute?
Yeah, just for a minute. Yeah. And I'm going to ask you. You're unmuted. Brilliant. So, Laurie, I want to ask you, right? Following the accountability program, if someone new was coming into this who'd never done this before, right? How do you think they would find that training?
It's really hard to compare it to because as you guys know, you guys first reached out to me kind of when I was right at that point where I was ready to give up because it was just too hard and I was tired of paying all this money to get nowhere. And what I learned in the first year that I've been with you guys was so tremendous. I mean, my self-worth has grown so much just by what I've learned from you guys. And then now in the accountability program, I've gone through it And I'm able to piece together the steps that I didn't know what I didn't know, right? I didn't know how to connect those dots. And you two go so in depth in the accountability program. It's life changing. I got 2 new clients. I got 1 more on the way. It's amazing.
We
Yeah.
definitely want to hear more about that because
Yeah.
this is why we're here in the end of the day, right?
Yes.
So if you don't mind me putting you on the spot, 3 new clients,
Yes.
what does that look like for you monetarily at the moment?
Well,
Only share if you want to, because
Yeah,
the
it's
first
a personal
one,
thing.
yeah, the first
Are you
one,
$5 million a month now, or are you just on a million? You know,
man, I wish. That's my goal. That's my goal. No, but it'll be if I can upsell them the right way, and to also put on top of that is I have the confidence that I can upsell them, you know, on our maps, you know, other things
Well,
like our video ranker.
we just
Now,
go
Go
on, Laurie.
right now, basic, I have one at 4,500 a month. I want to get the other one at least the 1,000 a month. And I'm working on my third one. And at this point, I don't know what that will be. So I'm trying to narrow down what they want.
Is this the first time on an online venture where you've actually made money? Because there's a lot of ventures out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, congratulations.
Yeah, we're so chuffed for you.
See,
and go ahead, Robert.
It's the same thing that we've been saying for the last year, 3 years, however long. You know, we've been at this a long time, it seems. But at the end of the day, it's you taking action, like Stephen said earlier. It's you preparing for the race. It's you getting yourself together. What did preparing for the race for you? What I just heard was building your confidence that you can do this. Like you didn't have that security that you could even start to offer these things. When we get into the inner circle, we're going to cover 14 different ways that you can upsell.
Nice. And
it's so simplistic because are all 14 ways what Lori's going to use? No. But if Lori uses 7 of them, right, in her agency versus Mark in his agency, you tailor your agency to what you want to do in your business. We're not here to run your business for you. We're just here to get you trained, ready to run the marathon, right? And that's what the point of this conversation is, of going over these idea topics that people have to understand. You can't just decide, oh, I'm going to be a web designer and I don't have any services to offer, so I can just offer websites. No, you have to plan this out. You have to plan the steps. You have to get the training right. You have to get your sample website ready that they're going to look at, right? So anyways, congratulations. That's awesome. 3 clients. And it's just going to continue as word of mouth goes with your clients, because I know you're going to do all the right things for them.
Yep.
And we'll talk more about that, how there's certain things that you can do to offer these people discounts on their services to get you more people.
Right.
So, but that's kudos to you, Lori, and thanks for sharing that, because people need to hear that. It's doable. You have to put the work in.
Yeah, and that, Laurie, you're an action taker, and that's what I love about you. You know, the one thing that really stuck with me was that meeting we had, and it might have been a live for you call, and you turned around and said, for the first time ever, I'm able to build a site. And I loved that. You know, that was your first confidence boost from what I remember.
Yeah.
And then it led on to, now I can do this. Now I can do this. And now look at you. You've got clients coming in, right? You know, and we got and remind me when we're on the inner circle, Laurie, that I'll tell you a way of using clients to get clients. So
Got it.
remind me. All right. I'm not
I
going to
will.
share it here. It's Inner Circle members only. But thank you as always, Laurie. And
Yeah.
we're so
Yeah, thank
chuffed
you,
for
Larry.
you.
Well, I'm gonna share, Stephen, so
Yeah.
we can run through these
Please
first
do.
10.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll be here all night.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back to your portfolio, right? So you have a showcase of what your skills are. And again, if you're not in Done For You Magic Team, you have to have this somewhere online that people can see what you do, right? What's your highlights of your skills, your creativity, your versatility. Include case studies, testimonials, before and after examples, and demonstrate your expertise and results. Now, this is not.
I agree with you on. I would say as well, Robert. You're thinking of setting up a physical shop in your life, right? So, like, let's say you want to be a florist, and you're buying all these fantastic flowers, and you got them in your front room, but you don't have a shop in town to put them in. And you go, well, they'll sell eventually, and a month later they're all withering and
They're
dead,
all
and you
dead.
wasted your money.
Yep.
It's like anything. If anything, we live in an online world, and there's millions of people out there, and in the local area, there's thousands upon thousands of businesses being set up each year that want your services. So, what's the point of trying to offer something if you haven't got that shop?
You're not
window?
ready.
You need that agency site every time before you do anything else. I don't care what anyone says. If some people say websites are dead, I can sell direct. Go and do it then. Please go and do it. But I will not trust anyone. I'll say, got a website? No. Well, couldn't I see anything you sell? No. What do you sell? Well, I've got a little brochure here I can give you. Well, that's a bit wishy-washy. No, I want to go look at your website. I want to see what you got. I want to see testimonials. I want to see what's going on. No, I haven't got any of that. Bye then. Next person.
And it's it's that simplistic, but that detrimental. You're talking to somebody to sell them a multi-thousand-dollar website, and you got nothing to show them. You don't have a chance in hell. I'm sorry. You know, it's like, I'm a baker, but well, can I taste one of your cakes? No, I don't have them. Well,
I've got the shop, but I've got no cake. Sorry.
I got the shop, I got the flour, but I don't have any cake.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna buy. All right. So after the portfolio, you get into implementing effective marketing strategies. Utilize various marketing channels to promote your agency and attract clients. This could include content marketing, social media marketing, email campaigns, PPC advertising, and networking within your industry. Now, when we get into the Client Finder, we had I don't remember now, it was 40 or 50 different ways of getting into acquisition of clients. But you have to be ready for this. This is going to be, you know, your marketing strategies are getting out there to the world to tell them that your brand is here, that you are the best of it at what you do in your niche, and your website agency is the only one that can fill this for them. You have to get that know, like, and trust. Moving on. Provide
by the
exceptional.
way, we're going to be expanding on this on the Inner Circle. So if you're not in with the Inner Circle, then you have to go to dfimagicfeeds.com/live4u and sign up, because we're going to be expanding on a lot of these items once we switch over in about 5-10 minutes.
Provide exceptional customer service. I can't even, like, I can get so upset with how customer service is handled when it comes to online products.
Badly.
And they will sell you everything and deliver crap unfinished. And then if you ask them to finish it or why is it not working, they don't respond to you. Okay, this is the broken wheel of the internet marketing world. And this is what Stephen and I in Done For You Magic Teams has always put our effort into breaking that mold, because the customer service aspect, as much time as we spend on it, it's still our most important heartfelt thing that we have to do every day. Because when it comes to customer service, I'm going to say more than half, without putting a number on it, of our support tickets have nothing to do with building websites. There are other things that people run into, the roadblocks that stop them from going forward. And we help them with those roadblocks, because that roadblock is one of the most important things to that person in their own mindset, that they cannot continue forward unless they understand why the blue widget is blue.
Yeah.
They're stuck. It has nothing to do with the Done For You Magic Themes or building a website or the stuff that we're training on, right? It's a ticket on something that they got stuck on their computer, in their personal life. Something else that doesn't matter to anybody else except them. And it's the mental roadblock that will stop most people from proceeding forward. Like Lori said, she was just tired of being beat up to the point that she just couldn't move forward. Right? She needed something to get her past those roadblocks. Anyways, I don't want to spend all night on this, but customer service is a critical aspect for any business. And how you handle people, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, on what they're coming at you for, is absolutely critical for your business. Because what's out there on the internet can make or break a business in a matter of 5 or 10 reviews. In my opinion, they can put you out of business faster than you can even get in. So focus on delivering outstanding customer service at every stage of the client journey, respond promptly to inquiries, listen to client feedback, and go the extra mile to exceed expectations. That's a win-win all the way across the board. You're helping the client, you're getting them past the things that are causing agitations or irritations that they may leave, right? Fix their problems so they don't have them.
And I'll
Number
share on
7.
I'll share on the inner circle what happens if a client becomes a pain in the bum.
Well, that's great advice. Number 7, build strategic partnerships. This was one of my faults. It took me years to realize. Reach out and get people to help you. Share, rather than trying to keep it all close to the chest so nobody knows what I know. Right? Collaborate with complementary businesses, right? Agencies to expand your reach and offer additional science services to clients. Partnering with graphic designers, SEO experts, content creators can enhance your agency's capabilities and value proposition. Get people to help you with the stuff that you're not strong in, that they're experts in. It makes you look like the expert because you are associated with them. Until you reach that phase that you're going to do it yourself, right? It's not fake it till you make it. No, it's actually provide it with people that can provide it better than you can, but make money with it. Invest in continuous learning and improvement. Stay updated with the latest trends, technologies, and best practices in web design and development. Invest in training programs, attend industry conferences, and encourage your team to pursue certifications and stay ahead of the curve. If you're not learning and you're not staying in touch with what's happening on the internet, next week, you're lost. Because it's changing by the minute and by the second. And it's exponentially growing on a daily basis. Number 9. Excuse me. Focus on scalability and efficiency. Streamline your workflows, automate repetitive tasks, and invest in tools and systems that enhance productivity. Scalability is crucial for accommodating growth and maximizing profitability. Number 9 is Done For You Magic Themes across the board. It's what we've always have been. We were always wanting to give you every tool that was available, the quickest and easiest way to get things done or get things built. You want to talk about that a little bit, Stephen, for a second?
Yeah. Also, the thing is frustrations on my part and on Robert's part, and seeing other people having the same issues. I've talked about this before, you know, a couple of years ago now, and I know that I'll see a smile from probably Barry's face when I talk about this as well. That we were doing this training course, and week 3 it was when the person running the training course said, "Now you've built your website, we're all good and ready to go." And everyone looked, all the people on that call went, "What? I've built a website." And that was where this came from. Ultimately, is making life easier just to get you started. That's what themes do. You upload a theme with all the content on, then make the site whatever you want it to be. Change it, tweak it, play around with it, change images. But it's always that getting started that hits the roadblock. When I'm working on a new project, I get roadblocks, I get mental blocks, and I reach out to people, my devs, who I found on Upwork. They're the ones I reach out to and go, "I'm stuck with this." I don't waste hours and hours anymore. You know, we say to our members, if you spend more than an hour trying to work out a problem on something we're doing in our program, open a support ticket. I had one person one day message me, and I said, "Well, let's hop on a call." Right, I fixed their problem in 5 minutes. They told me they spent 3 days on it. Like, why spend 3 days on it? Get a ticket in. I'm stuck with this. Help. You know, it's okay to ask for help. And like with the automation, for those that haven't seen it, on our DFY YouTube channel, you can get to it by going to dfymagicthemes.com/YouTube. There's a video I put up this week where we use a product called Task Magic, because Facebook very kindly did away with apps inside of Facebook groups. So to broadcast live now into a Facebook group, we have to set up some custom settings, and we have to do it every week. I can't just set it once and leave it like before. So now what we said is, no, we're not doing that. We're going to pump YouTube in there, right? But to get YouTube linked to share over to a group, you need an app. And guess what? Apps are gone. Well, we now use Task Magic to do that automation where it copies it from one place and puts it on our groups visually. And that's why we're doing that. So go and have a search on our YouTube channel under videos, and you'll see that it's called Facebook Broke Live Streaming to Groups and Removed All Apps. Have a look at that. It's only 12 minutes long. Well worth a look. Steve said, "Did you see 4 billion Facebook lost 4 billion this quarter? Stocks took a nosedive." Yeah, and it's going to go down even more. This move to remove apps from Facebook groups is ridiculous, because what's going to happen now, and I'll keep this short and then we'll get to number 10, is we're putting YouTube into those Facebook groups. What's that doing? It's taking people away from the platform. So people are now going to go watch us on YouTube instead, in one place, away from Facebook. I mean, it's just financial suicide. You know, what if I'd been Facebook, I would have turned and said, a Facebook group is technically a business. If you want to keep your apps, pay $10 a month. And I would have paid that $10 a month to keep my apps in their groups gladly, because it's a service well worth having. What do? No, we're getting rid of them. Bye. And they haven't done it with Facebook pages yet, but guess what I reckon is going to happen? It's going to be the same. And people are going to start moving away from the platform and finding better options. And then they're going to lose another 4 billion, you know, and they'll kill themselves off if they're not careful. So, you know, that's why where we've had some major changes in what we do at DFY Magic Themes. Every time we do a major change, it's to improve the product and to support you guys, because something else, a third-party app, has got broken. And we can't control that third-party app. So what do? We build our own, and we look after our members with it. And that's how we work. So, but do you want to count with number 10?
So that synopsis of what you just talked about hit about 3 or 4 of the previous things that we just talked about in that list. Having to stay educated, having to stay, you know, efficient by keeping up with the changes, getting into automations. And this is why this is important to get ready for that marathon. You have to have these things in play, at least in concept, of what you're going to do in your web agency. it's nice to say I want $10,000 a month, but I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, that doesn't work. You have to work. You have to give something that's going to create that end product that you really want, the end goal. Which number 10 is set clear goals and track progress, right? Define measurable goals for your agency, such as revenue targets, client acquisition metrics, and customer satisfaction levels. Regularly monitor your progress, analyze key performance indicators, and adjust your strategies according to stay on track toward achieving your 10,000 a month goal.
And what's great is that goal is achievable. Look at people like Laurie. Look, give me the nod, Barry, if it's all right if I bring you up a minute.
Well, let me finish this, and I'm going to stop sharing.
Finish that, and then
I just want to say one simplistic thing. Actually, two. If you're setting a goal, right, and you're not going after that goal, you need to reset the goal in a different way that's more achievable. The end game here is 20 clients at $500 a month. Passive income is $10,000 a month goal. That's looking at it simplistic. Take those same 20 clients and upsell them, which we're going to talk about in the inner circle, and you can achieve 100,000 a month. If you can upsell them on 10 different goals at another $500 a month.
I agree with you on that, Rob. But
it's crazy what you can do once they know, like, and trust you.
That is exactly what I was going to say as well. Yeah, once they trust you, they'll keep buying from you.
But if we're not willing to go out and buy the track shoes, to go out and buy the water bottles, and put the effort into training on a daily basis, right, for the marathon, and running and continue to run and pushing ourselves, we're not going to be able to run the marathon. Business is the same thing. Set your goals, make them achievable, and keep working towards them. If the simplistic answer is this, if we're not trying to get clients, we're missing the major point of our business. Let me say that again. If we're not even attempting to try to get clients, how are we going to ever be in business to make money? Client acquisition is huge. And I can promise you that 8 out of 10 people aren't even trying to get clients. They're worrying about website design and how to build websites and how to make them faster and how to do this and how. That is never going to make you any money. You have to know those things and have access to them. But without the client, you can't make any money. So I'm going to stop sharing, and we're going to go on to the inner circle.
Just before we do, I just wanted to pop Barry up very quickly and add him to spotlight. You can unmute yourself. Barry's another person who we brought up before, who is making money in doing what he does. And let me ask you the same question, Barry, very quickly. Right? Before you joined us, right? I know you've got your own business, your own company making money, but with the online stuff, with agencies and all that sort of stuff, and obviously the Magic Video Ranker system, yeah, were you making money online from being involved with other groups?
No, absolutely not, Steve. Absolutely not. I was in the other group that you sort of mentioned, and it was just a complete waste of time. It wasted my efforts completely. So no, but nothing at all. It was only when I joined you guys that I went through the training that it started to work and it started to bring money in on there. So, but I run 3 businesses now, and all 3 businesses are really, really busy. So I've got my financial advice business, I've got my legal side, and then I've got the websites now. And at the moment now, I'm getting, I would say, almost 98% of my work is now coming in from referrals.
Wow.
Between them all, which is just, it's incredible. But I like to think I do a good job, you see. So and it works.
it's not that you use the word like there, right? The truth of the matter is you do a good job. You got to always say that to yourself, because if you didn't, you wouldn't have clients. That's plain and simple. If people absolutely couldn't stand you when you meet, sometimes you meet someone and you go, oh my, you first few minutes you're talking to them, you're like, oh God, they're annoying. I'll never buy anything from them. It's that sort of thing, and everybody, there's Laurie who's taken action. You've followed our training programs and taken action, and you've been there from day one. So you've seen how we've grown as well with our training, how we've had to change things. But that's life. Things change all the time. Products change, and we just adapt to it to keep you guys going.
Yeah, well, it's like I say, Steve, since I started with you guys, from day one, it's just been onwards and upwards. And it's just improved tremendously. You can hardly see the difference between the start and now. It's incredible. It really is incredible.
I'm absolutely chuffed for you as well.
First of all, Barry's an action taker, always has been. He doesn't falter, he doesn't hesitate, he just does. And you have to have that confidence in yourself that you're doing all the right things and pushing forward and asking questions when needed, which Barry did ask questions in the beginning. They weren't very many, but he did ask questions. But once he got his feet underneath him, his confidence levels shot up, his brick and mortar business went through the roof. And it was the things, the roadblocks that we talked about that Barry had in his way. If he didn't have those roadblocks from the very beginning, whatever group he was in, he would have killed it because he's an action taker. But the roadblocks stopped him from going forward on technicalities, on things of leaving questions of doubt in his mind that he could do something. And this is very important. That comes back to customer service, customer support. When you have a roadblock, and everybody has them, somebody has to get your mindset, your mind clear of whatever that roadblock is, whether it's technical, whether it's a strategy, whether it's just something that doesn't make sense to you. If you can't bypass the roadblock and get an answer, get supported, it's hard to move forward. So communities like Done For You Magic Teams, as support groups on themselves, are a huge asset to anybody that's doing what we're doing. And again, Barry's an action taker, and everything works, right? When you take action and you work the plan, you work a goal. He had a goal to build a website, fix brick and mortar business, do this, do this, do this. And he just went through that. And same thing with Lori. Same thing with, Mike the B-Man, who we never hear from anymore because he's too busy. Right?
As busy as a busy bee.
Absolutely, yeah. But I have a mindset which I've had for years, and it's just simply you put your head down and you just do it. And that's how I work. That's how I work with it.
Brilliant, Barry. We're going to switch to the inner circle. We're kind of talking in a second, but we're going to go to the inner circle now, guys, and have a chat internally. So if anyone wants to join the inner circle, you can go to dfimagicthings.com/live for you. So at the bottom of the screen there, and we'll see the 3 groups next week. But we're on the inner circle in a moment.